Hey y'all, hey, what's up D-Buzz? What's up D-Buzz? What's up D-Buzz? Hey y'all, hey, what's up? It's your girl A. What's up you guys? What's up D-Buzz? What's up D-Buzz? Welcome back to Real Talk Wednesday. What's up? Let me just be frank with y'all. I really wasn't going to do no video today, okay? I just felt like I just wanted to chill. Y'all know I said this a couple of times in videos, but you know when you wake up first thing in the morning, you be tired, right? You just be tired. Some days I don't be tired, but some days I wake up, I just be really, really tired. And so because when I wake up like that, I just be like, I'm not doing nothing today. When I come back from dropping off the kids, I'm going to just sit on the couch and I'm not going to do nothing. I'm not going to do no videos. I'm not going to go for no walk. I'm not going to do nothing. That be my attitude for like the first 30 minutes, okay? As I'm brushing my teeth, as I'm washing my face, as I'm putting my clothes on, moisturizing my skin, perfuming myself. That'd be my attitude for like the first 30 minutes, girl, okay? No lie. But I think once that cold wind hit me after I drop off Mumsy at 7 o'clock in the morning, I just be like, you know what? I'm gonna go for my walk now. Like I just get tired of telling myself that I'm not gonna do these things when I'm not gonna do these things. Like I'm gonna do these things, but I'm tired of telling myself that I'm not gonna. Like y'all ever feel like that? Like you wake up and you just be so tired, you just really don't want to do nothing, and you tell yourself that you're not doing shit for the day. But then you end up doing shit, and you might be ended up doing a whole bunch of shit, okay? But what's up, you guys? What's up? Happy Wednesday. It's really Monday. It's late. It's 1:15, girl, okay? And listen, I'm here for all the gossip, the tea, whatever y'all want to bring to me. I'm here for it. Now, y'all know I have went back to doing 2 videos per week, and I do need to catch up again. So this is going to be the last of 1 video per week, and then next week I'm going to get back to doing 2 videos. But I'm going to need y'all to share the videos. I'm going to need y'all to comment. I'm going to need y'all to like. I'm going to need y'all to get it up in the algorithm, because like I said, Real Talk for the past couple of videos was not my favorites. Like when I say they're not my favorites, meaning the views. It wasn't like, you know, it wasn't giving what it should have gave, okay? So I just want to put that out there, girl. I just want to put that out there. But other than that, girl, listen, let me tell y'all, how long have I been walking? I think I've been going on for walks now for like, what, 2 weeks, right? I mean, excuse me, 2 months, right? Like 2 months, right? About 2 months I've been going on walks. Yeah, like 2 months. Might be a little bit over, but I'm just gonna say 2 months. It might be a little bit over than that. I might not be calculating correct. Girl, it could be 3 months. I don't even remember, okay? But it's been a while. And I know it's been a while because I can walk like fast and not get tired. Like my legs don't hurt. Now don't think that I bitch don't be out of breath, because I do be out of breath, but I have learned that you gotta be out of breath and just, so I have to do a lot of that when I'm walking. But girl, you ever walk outside and it be so cold, your fucking eyeballs are cold? Like when I tell you, okay, so like y'all probably like, bitch, it ain't that cold there. Girl, it was 36 degrees this morning. And now 36 here is probably like nothing. Like when I say it's really nothing to me. I mean, there are people that be around me, they be having on scarves and hats and mittens and shit like that. April be having on her little zip up hoodie and she be out. That's what I wear. Girl, listen, I'm gonna tell y'all about that in a second, but I put on my little zip up hoodie with my little my matching sweatpants, okay? And I go for my walk. That I'm cool. I'm warm. I'm not cold. Even when I just start out, I'm not cold. My face be a little bit cold. I have on my little baseball cap, my hood be all tight, and I have an hour. I have like 45 minutes to get my walk done, because by the time I get back home, I probably got like 10 minutes, 15 minutes to spare before I have to bring Tinky and Tato to school and daycare. So, girl, I'm walking, and I have built up the speed and the stamina now. Now, mind you, y'all know I suffer from vein disease, so this is my whole mindset of walking every day, Monday through Friday, because bitch, I need off on the weekends, okay? And I'm not getting up to bring nobody to school, so I just try to sleep into at least like 8:30. So I have built up my speed, you know, and my legs are not hurting as bad. It always be my left leg that be feeling like it's dragging, you know, and that is the leg that has like the most issues with my veins, okay? So, and my whole thing of walking every day is not to build this hourglass girlish figure, because girl, if I could, bitch, I'd walk to the end of the earth, okay? But it ain't to build that, but it's just to build up some strength in my legs, because like I said, I want to walk up these steps and not be out of breath. But by the end of the night, though, I'm really tired. My legs are heavy. I'm tired. So yes, you know, I walk just to build up the strength in my legs. So, you know, I'm walking, and girl, when I'm walking, of course, I feel like a little bit of chill, you know, because I just started out. But by the time I'm like halfway through, I'm hot. It didn't work out like that today. My face was cold and shit, but it didn't even bother me. You know, I still was walking. Had my little, you know, my little tool inside of my sleeve. So if anybody try to creep up on me, that shit just slide out. because you gotta be prepared, okay? So I'm walking, and girl, I don't know what made me blink my eyes, but when I tell you I closed my eyes for a second, my whole eyeballs was cold as fuck. I was like, oh my God, it is like really cold out here. Like my eyeballs is cold. Y'all ever feel like your eyeballs got cold? Like your eyeballs is cold. Like I never knew that you could get cold eyeballs. I'm gonna tell you this. It takes me less time to get from point A to back to point A, from point A to B, which is back home, from home to back home. It takes me less time. I'm not running out of breath. I'm not tired. But my eyeballs is just cold. It was a little bit nippy out there today. And when I say nippy, I can only describe it as such because, like I said, if it was really, really cold, then I'd have on a goose down. And granted, there are people out here that I be seeing, they be putting on goose down, scarves, hats, mittens, and I just be looking at them like, y'all doing a little bit too much. But maybe it's because I'm from the state of New York, so that's probably why I don't feel so cold. All I need is a zip up hoodie or a pullover hoodie, girl, and I'm good to go. That'd be my year-round coat. But anyway, so other than that, like I was saying about my little zip up hoodies, yes, I went on Amazon, and y'all know I'm not like in the best of the shape in the world, but I'm like, when I say that, like, I'm a little chunky, I'm a little bigger than what I used to be, okay, like few years back, and that's fine because I'm a human being. I'm gonna just put this out there because I feel like it's very important. When you see someone, and you may see them on an everyday, daily basis. You may see the same person every day, Monday through Friday. When you see them, they may not be dressed up to the par, but they look decent. They look clean. You know what I'm saying? And when you may see them come in a few days out the week, afternoon time, when you see them, because you see them early in the morning, but you also see them in the afternoon. When you see them in the afternoon, don't be surprised if they have their hair done or their eyelashes on or things of that nature. What I mean by that is, now listen, I love a good compliment. Thank you. I love a good compliment. You can tell me I smell good all day, girl. You can tell me I look good. You like my hair. You like my outfit. You think I did my makeup good. You can tell me that shit all day long. I don't care if you say I love your shoes with my big ass feet. I don't care if you say that. Oh, you like my new teeth, whatever. But when you give a compliment to a person, and I've said this before, when you give a compliment to a person, just give them the compliment and keep it pushing. Don't add no extra additives. Do not add no extra ingredients to the motherfucking compliment, to the recipe. So, like I said, I get up at 6 o'clock every morning, 6 to 6:30. My daughter, Mumsy, has to be at school at 7 o'clock. Her school is like a 3-minute drive from my house. But it's very dark here. At 7 o'clock when I leave, it looks like it's 7 o'clock at night. The sun will be up in 15 minutes. That's why I don't go on my walks until 7:15, because I get back home and it'll be 7:06 and it'll be pitch dark outside. I don't want to go on my walk during that time because I don't want to get mauled by coyotes, okay? Because we have coyotes here and they be over in the home areas, okay? Because they're building so much, the coyotes are all around now. So I don't really want to get attacked by a coyote, or mauled to death by a coyote, or by a strange individual that's weird and on some crazy shit. That's why I also carry my tool in my sleeve. So also, like I said, I get up, I brush my teeth, I wash my face, I moisturize my body, and I put on a sweatsuit and a t-shirt, and I put on my Crocs or my sneakers. I put on my sneakers most of the time, and I leave the house with Mumsy. I get back, I sit in the house for like 15 minutes, like 10 minutes, and it's still a little bit dark out when I leave, but I leave because it's much brighter out than what it was. So by the time I get back, I have like 10 to 15 minutes to spare, right? It's still 7 something in the morning. It's like 7:48, 7:50. I've done all of this, bring Mumsy to school, go for a walk, all within an hour, okay? So by the time I get back, I have to bring my grandkids to school. I bring Tinky to school up the street. He goes to school in where I live at, and then I bring Tato to daycare. So when you see me at the daycare, because I don't have to get out of the car for Tinky. He just gets out and goes. But when you see me come in, I have on a sweatsuit, a zip-up hoodie, and a baseball cap. Most of the times I have my sunglasses because it'd be so bright by the time I'm driving. Like the sun is in like a certain direction where that shit will blind you. But also I will wear sunglasses because I don't have my lashes on. So, that's how I look. Now, sometimes when I come back to pick her up, I might look the same way because I'm sitting in the house editing videos. So what do I need to get all dolled up for? Okay. Who am I impressing but myself? Okay. So this is she's gave me a compliment 3 times, one of Tato's teachers. And each time when she says it, it's like, okay, I get it. I look better than when I looked earlier or when you see me sometimes. But bitch, don't hurt my feelings while you complimenting me. The other day, she goes, oh, because her name is, my granddaughter. Then she's like, oh, Nivea. That's how they say her name.
Nivea, who's this looking all much younger? You should keep using that makeup. You're looking so nice. Who is this lady? Who is this lady? Is that your grandma? That is not your abuela.
I'm sitting there, not sitting there, standing there, and I'm soaking in the compliment, but I'm also taking in the shade. I don't know if that, and I'm pretty sure she didn't mean no harm by it, but bitch, you done did this shit 3 times to me. And the last time, the other day, when she it was on a Monday, because Monday I put on my wig. It probably was on a Monday or a Wednesday, whatever day it was on a Monday. She was like, I look younger than what I normally look like, and that I should keep doing what I'm doing because I'm looking so good. And it take the life out of me not to go off and wrap my hands around her motherfucking neck or hit them upside her head, because I want my granddaughter to continue going to daycare there. But bitch, you're not gonna keep saying you gonna give me a compliment but then take that shit away. Like the next time when I go in there today to pick up Tato, she say something, I'm gonna say something. Fuck that. I'm gonna be nice about it, but when I go to pick up my granddaughter today, and if she give me another one of those underhand compliments, that's when I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna be like, you know what? You should just leave it at a compliment. You throwing in all these extra ingredients to the fucking recipe. I'm not gonna use the F word. You're gonna throw in all these ingredients to the recipe when you could just leave it at that. By you telling me that I look younger, I look better, it's not a compliment at all. It's an insult. Okay, that's what it is. It's an insult. And if you can just say a compliment and leave it at that, then don't say anything at all. And that's what I'm gonna say. And if she don't like that shit, then I don't know what to tell you. But she's done this to me 3 times. And each time that she's done this to me, I've had on my wig and I've had on a little bit of makeup. Like right now I have on my brow, I filled my brows in, put my lashes on, put a little bit of blush and, some lip liner. But she's done this to me 3 times. And I'm like, yo, she gonna stop that shit. Today, she gonna stop that shit. And I just be, you know what? You ever try to be a bigger, better person? Like what I mean is like, I'm not trying to be better than you. I'm not trying, because I don't really give a fuck about you over there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care if you're better than me. I don't care if you're not better than me. My goal is to just be me and be a better person for myself. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of the bad habits that I've had before in the past, I really have tried to, banish them out of my life. What I mean by that is my short temper, because I have a very short temper, very, very short temper, and I've always had a very short temper. I think like once I hit like 15 years old, 14, 15, when I decided I'm not gonna allow people to bully me anymore, that's when my temper became very, very short. Then I had a long temper. I was very I waited patiently for people to stop fucking talking shit and bullying me as a kid and as a teenager. But now I have like a short temper. So I try to improve on myself. I don't give a fuck if you don't want to improve on yourself. I don't give a fuck if you don't care about how I'm improving on myself. This is about what I need to do for me to make me a better person. You understand what I'm saying? So I have been practicing my good behavior for a while now. And I do this because I need to do this, because I'm an older person and I'm an adult and I want to be very mature, but I don't want to come across as rude, with an attitude, a snotty person. I'm not saying I'm the best person in the world, because I'm definitely not, but I can come off as being very aggressive. And I've been told that I am kind of aggressive. I can come off as being very aggressive, very, not volatile, but I just, I'm very blunt. And that's a lot of times, I just say what I gotta say. So yeah, it might come off as being mean, nasty, rude to people. But if you say something to me, what do you expect me to do? But I've been trying to practice my good behavior and temperament skills for the longest. And with that being said, I noticed that when I do these things and I'm practicing this, it seems like people try to walk all over me, try to insult me, insult to injury, or whatever you call that shit. They try to insult me. They try to make me feel less. And I really, really don't like that too much. And so sometimes I can become very aggressive with people. And I know this as me as a person. So I've been trying to work on that. And that's why I have let her go 3 times already with giving me a compliment and then insulting me at the same fucking time. Hi, Mumsy. You know what I'm saying? So today, when I go in, she's going to say something again, because this is like a non-fail. She has said this to me like 3 or 4 times already. 3 at most. But today, it's not going to be the 4th time. It probably is going to be a 4th time. But I'm not going to allow you to do it to me today. We're not going to do that to April today. We're not going to give her a compliment and then insult her. We just not going to do that today. Period. But other than that, you know what I'm saying? I hope y'all are having a great week, because this weekend was very slow and quiet for me, and that's the way I fucking like it. Now, other than that, the week has been great. I've been working on wigs. I have been just trying to eat a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? I just, you know what? It's not that I'm giving up on my weight loss, because I'm definitely not. I'm pretty sure I will lose more weight as I walk. But girl, these things right here don't help none, okay? Do y'all see these? These are my guilty pleasure. Like, I know y'all know me very well. Okay, these are Laffy Tappies. Now, y'all know I like fruity candy. I'm not a chocolate eater. I don't really care for chocolate. It's not that it's nasty to me, but I really just don't care for it. I love fruity candies like High Chews, motherfucking Laffy Tappies. Cherry is my favorite. And at Winco, you can just pick the colors you want and put them in a bag. This bag was a little bit more fuller than this. This was yesterday when I got this Sunday. Okay, I went to Winco. I love these candies, and they're just really not helping. They're just not helping me. Jokes are on every wrapper. I didn't know there was jokes on these. Okay, well, look, I like the candy that much that I don't even know about the jokes being on here. Okay, what has teeth, but you don't need to brush? So where do you find the answer at? I probably ate the answer. Okay, what has teeth? What has teeth, but you don't need to brush? A comb? A zipper? That was so stupid. And here goes the next one. What type of research is also a sport? What type of research is also a sport? Surfing. Okay, anyway. So yes, these are one of my guilty pleasures. I've loved these things since I don't know when, forever. Back in New York, I would get the big ones. The big ones are better, but I love fruity candy. That's how my week went, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I like to chill. I'm doing more wigs now. I went back to making wigs like I did. So make sure y'all check the website out. I'll post it down below. There's no sponsor for this video this week, which is fine by me. I hope y'all all are having like amazing, blessed day whenever y'all are watching this, because you know what I'm saying, it's 2025, and this is my new resolution for the new year of 2025. It isn't to lose weight. It isn't to, you know, it isn't any of that, but it is to not allow anything negative to interfere in my life. Anything negative, any person that's negative, toxic, or just disgustingly evil, I'm not going to allow that. And you know, I realized, because I made that my New Year's resolution, there are going to be some people that I'm just going to have to cut off and leave behind in this new year, and I'm okay with that. I feel like this: if I ain't fuck with you all year, or I ain't fuck with you half of a year, I ain't reach out to you, then that means that I'm really not into you, and I'm really not trying to allow you to interfere in my life. And the reason why I chose that to be my New Year's resolution is I noticed that a lot of toxic people that try to interfere or enter into your life always bring you down, always get you pissed off or bothered. And I am too old to be bothered and pissed off at people. I am 50 years old, a half a motherfucking century. And I am at the point in my life where if you have anything negative against me or in general, then I really don't need you to surround yourself with me. And I hate to feel this way, and I say this because I'm not even just going to leave them and not say anything, but I'm going to let the person know. It's 2025. I'm grown. I'm too old for your toxic behavior, your negative behavior. And this is the reason why I'm not going to be dealing with you. And I'm going to leave it at that. You can either get with it or not. But I just feel like I need a healthy life. And I don't want to be stressed out. I don't want to be disturbed. And I damn sure just don't want to be bothered, okay, with the bullshit. And that's what 2025 is going to be for me. Now, as far as y'all's New Year's resolutions, I'm very interested in knowing what y'all chose for y'all New Year's resolution. I'm gonna be honest and tell y'all, I have not had a New Year's resolution in years, because I just felt like I can't commit to a lot of things that I just can't keep going. But this one particular thing I can commit to, because I've been doing that shit, and I done started doing that shit for the past couple years. So why not continue? Okay, I'm gonna do some shit that I can follow through with. But that is my New Year's resolution, and I wanted to share that with you guys. And I also want to know, what is your New Year's resolution? Please put it in the comments if you feel like it. You know what I'm saying? If you secretive about your shit, then just stay secretive. But I would like to know what you guys' New Year's resolution is, and how are you going to follow through with that and continue to uphold it. You know what I'm saying? It might be to buy a new house. It might be to do such and such. It's also going to be for me, and you know, I might not be able to do this all within a year, but it's my New Year's resolution. I really don't want to put it as a New Year's resolution, but because I want it to fix my credit, and I've been trying to work on that. So I really don't want to put that as my New Year's resolution. I want to put that on, just on myself. I want to do that. I need to do that for myself and for my family. So that's really not part of my New Year's resolution. It's just something that is very important to me and that I want to get done. Other than that, you guys, we're going to jump into this real talk, okay? If you have a real talk that you want me to talk about, girl, send me an email to muffinismylovers2012@gmail.com, or you can also use aprilsrealtalk@gmail.com. Either or, please put in the subject line, real talk, and that way when I'm in my emails and I need to look it up, I'll be able to do so. Other than that, if you want to change the name about the people you're speaking about, then let me know in the email, or you can tell me to change the names. Either or, girl, we're going to just jump right into this real talk, okay? All right, y'all. Real talk, bad roommate.
Hi, April. My name is Sharon, which is also my real name. You can use it for this video, as I am not trying to hide who I am at this point. I don't even care, and it is what it is. I have said stuff many times, and now I'm over it and done. So my name is Sharon, and I'm a 41-year-old woman who lives in Los Angeles. Now, April, you know times are hard, rent is high, food prices are out of this world, etc. So I have a roommate, and she and I have become roommates because we were work buddies. She and I, her name is Nikki, became cool from the job since we worked in the same department. It was a seasonal job some years ago. Now we both have permanent jobs, which we both have good jobs. So honestly, April, I can pay all these bills, rent and all on my own. I don't need to be stressed out by another woman, but we choose to stay roommates because it's always nice to have some money to put aside or save. So Nikki is a great person, a great friend, but a true slob. Nikki is a realtor, so basically she makes her own schedule. I work at the bank as I am a loan officer, so I work Monday through Fridays. April, when I come home, this bitch is still sleeping. She won't pick up or clean up after herself. How does a person sleep all day long? Like, seriously. Excuse me. She will sleep until the mid-afternoon, like around 3. Like, there ain't that much sleeping in the world. Before y'all be like, maybe she's depressed. Nope, not at all. She will hang out with her friends, go out partying, etc. She is not depressed. She is a slob and just lazy. Like I said, she makes her own schedule, so there is not a reason to sleep so much. Nikki leaves dirty dishes, her clothes in the washing machine till they smell the machine up, always wanting to borrow my clothes, and will give them back dirty when she does give them back. Now, as for the bills, she always pays. She has no issues with paying for anything. It's her cleaning that gets me and always sleeping. I'm ready to move out because we have a month-to-month lease, so she can live in her own filth. April, I'm still trying to figure out how anyone could sleep all day long without cleaning, without no care in the world, just being lazy. We both have kids. They are grown. Each one of us has one child. That's also the reason why we get along very well. Whenever she and I plan to do something together, she's sleeping all the time. I don't even clean up after my grown child when they come to visit. And why am I cleaning up after a grown woman? When I tell you filthy and lazy, that is her. I don't know what to do at this point. I'm at my wit's end. Is there anything you could suggest? Because I don't want to sour our friendship, but I cannot live like this anymore. Thank you, Sharon.
What she said her friend's name was? Nikki. So Sharon and Nikki are work buddies. That's how they became buddies, from work. It was a part-time seasonal job, but they both have permanent jobs now. And they became friends. They became roommates. So Nikki is a realtor. She makes her own schedule, so she can come and go as she plays. And Sharon is a loan officer at the bank. She works Monday through Friday. I'm gonna need a loan, girl, okay? Like a loan that I ain't even gotta pay back, okay? Anyway, so They both live together. They both have one child each. They're both grown. Both of the kids are grown. They live in Los Angeles. You damn right, rent is high. Rent is really high out in Los Angeles. And food prices is high wherever, which is ridiculous. But I get what you're saying. Sometimes people do have to combine incomes just so that way they can survive, which really, really sucks, because I just don't get the world right now. Like, I really don't. It's so hard for people to keep housing for themselves that they become homeless. Or also, it's so hard for people to keep housing for themselves because it's so pricey out there. So in return, they have to shack up, and I don't mean literally shack up like lay up with somebody, but they have to roommate up, which sucks, because I don't know about you, but at my grown age of 50, I don't think I would want a roommate. It just depends. Like, I've never had the experience of living alone by myself, so I kind of like being in a household with my kids. These are my kids, so I'm okay with that. But to have a roommate and like meet that person at your job, I really still don't feel like that's really getting to know a person. Like, yeah, I go to work to make a paycheck. I don't go to work to make friends with people. And that's just my thing. I've always been like that. You know, I did make a couple of friends at like my old job, but we see how that turned out. You know what I'm saying? When I was back in New York, Alice, my friend who worked with me at Fidelis, when she became supervisor, she felt like I owed her. And because we were friends, that I could just do sneaky shit behind Fidelis's back and spy on people for her. Like, bitch, I'm not a snitch. I'm not a snitch. I'm not about to tell people or what other people, employees are doing. No, I don't do things like that. But, you know what I'm saying? That's why I say you go to work for a paycheck. I don't go to work to make friends. I go to work to make some money, and that's it. If we could be friends outside of work and it doesn't ruin our friendship, then that's great. But I'm not trying to be in no kind of relationships or no kind of workmanship with anybody from a job. And that's just me in general. Now, she done met Nikki at work. They was working a permanent seasonal job. And she damn right, Nikki can do her own schedule. That's what I was told from realtors, because they do make their own schedule. But she did say that Nikki ain't depressed. She go hang out with her friends and do et cetera, et cetera. And then when it's time for her to clean up after herself, she just doesn't do that. Here's my thing. Now, girl, listen, you could be a slob all you want by yourself, okay? But when you live with someone else, like you roommate with them, you can't expect that other grown person to pick up after your grown ass. Like, here's my thing. Keep that dirty shit in your room, but don't make it too dirty, because it can attract bugs, vermin, and shit like that we really don't want up in this household. But if you're going to roommate with somebody, you really need to be considerate of the other person's health and living situation. Like, I don't know about you, but she asked me what would I do. Let me tell you something. I'm not picking up after no grown-ass people. And knowing me, and I'm very aggressive, and I have a short temperament, bitch, I'd have been spazzed out on you. I would have been spazzed out on her, Sharon. You real good. She a 41-year-old woman, and then y'all plan to do things together, and she don't even follow through with that shit. Girl, listen, let me tell you something. That's where you have to learn. This is when you get to know a person for real, for work. Like, it's one thing when you meet somebody at work, that's your work friend. They don't have the same characteristics, the same agenda when they not at work. Like, when I'm not at work, or when I used to be not at work, I was a totally different person. Like, this is work April, and this is April. Understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm not about to go to work and be a slob or be ratchet or be ignorant and loud and aggressive to people. You know what I'm saying? Unless I really need to be, okay? Because I have been aggressive at the workplace, because you're not about to talk to me in your fucking type of way and think that it's gonna be all right. I just feel like there's a time and a place for everybody. And I could have sworn I said this before in one of my videos, but you don't never know a person until you really get to know them. And knowing them at work is not their true self. Like, they gotta behave because they on camera, they under the eye, okay? The eye of the boss, the eye of the human resource. This work, okay? We gotta act like we got some type of sense. And I was about to say we got some type of class, because some people don't even act like they got class at work. But we gotta act like we got some type of sense at work. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. Now, after work hours, that's when you see the true person. Not walking to the elevator with them, not even walking in the parking lot, because they still on company ground. So when they get home, okay, or they drive off that lot, girl, they busting out playing Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, Wet Ass Pussy, and all of that shit. But when they get in the parking lot, they just turn that music down a little bit. They be a little bit more demure, okay? But so you and Nikki decided we're gonna shack up as roommates, not shack up as in a love affair, but y'all gonna do the roommate thing, because y'all want to save money, y'all want to be able to live and survive. That's great, especially because y'all met at a seasonal job. Now y'all both got real good jobs, because a bank loan, a loan officer, they make pretty good money, and a realtor, we know they make pretty good money, depending on how many houses they selling. You know what I'm saying? Either or, they had some decent jobs right now. Now I can't say like if it were me, if I would want a roommate. But Sharon did say that she can afford to pay her rent and her bills on her own, as well as Nikki can. She doesn't want to sour the friendship, but she just can't take it no more. Girl, listen, sometimes you just gotta leave shit the fuck alone. What I just tell you, in 2025, I'm going to leave behind toxic people. And I'm not saying that Nikki is a toxic person, but y'all don't see eye to eye with each other. So therefore, that shit is toxic to me. And if you can't take it anymore, that means that shit is toxic. If you can't take that shit no more, you don't want to be bothered with that shit no more, that means that shit is toxic and you need to just go on about your business. Girl, what the fuck would I do? First of all, what I would have done, and I'm not sure, but she has said something to her. Did she say anything to this girl already? Let me see. She did. She said, I am not trying to hide who I am at this point. When she told me to just use her name, I don't care, and it is what it is. I have said stuff many times, and now I'm over it and done. So Sharon has said stuff to Nikki multiple times, and now she's just over it. You know what? See, keep your sanity and not go to jail, girl, because I'm just talking for myself, okay? I would probably move out. If I could definitely afford to move the fuck out and pay my bills, then I would move out. Only because I'm the type of person, I like my peace. I don't want to be aggravated by people, irritated, underhand. I don't want to be in a roommate ship and my other roommate is just filthy and nasty. Like, it's just a short line for me. Like, I'm gonna be honest, on a scale of 1 to 10, and 1 being messy and unorganized and 10 being the cleanest, I'm gonna say I'm an 8.5. Okay, and what I say by that is sometimes I could throw my clothes on the floor, okay, and that's kind of messy, but I'm a very organized person. Like, I'm very organized, color coordinated closet, okay, I'm very organized. I know where everything is at. When my kids need something, I tell them go on the left side of this drawer. They be like, how do you look? Because I'm an organized person. That's me. I like to have structure in my life. I like shit to be organized, and that's just me. I don't like shit all over the place. I will not leave the house unless the dishes is clean. Like, you be like, oh, well, you got a job interview, and I see dishes. Well, I guess I'm gonna be late to this motherfucker because I'm not leaving until the dishes. That's me as a person. I won't leave my room a mess. Like, when I do my try-ons for like Shein and stuff, and I do these on Monday through Fridays. If I'm about to hurry up and leave to go pick up one of the kids, I will hurry up and clean up everything real quick and put stuff away, because I don't like to come home and have to do shit. That's just me as a person. I don't like to have to come home and do shit. For the most part, I'm a very neat person, but I give myself an 8.5 because ain't nobody perfect, and I'm not about to sit here and be like, well, I'm a 10. You know what I'm saying? Because people be just doing too much, and I'm not gonna be capping, but I'm gonna just say I'm like an 8.5, only because I could probably dust a little bit more because it gets very dusty out here. But I figure out of 7 days out of the week, dusting like 3 and 4 days is enough. I don't have clutter, but I'm very organized. I find sometimes it's hard to throw certain things away, so I will organize it. So that's why I'm gonna just give myself an 8.5. But I'm not a dirty person. I'm definitely not a dirty person. I like things to be very organized and neat, and I don't think that I could live with somebody that's like a filthy, nasty person. Now, like I said, she could keep that shit in her room, but then again, it's like, okay, you kept it in your room for thus far, that shit's about to spill out here. You know what I'm saying? And like she said, she don't wash no dishes, she don't clean up after herself. Yeah, I couldn't deal with that, because I'm not gonna clean up after nobody. I mean, granted, I do wash my kids' dishes, they'll wash dishes too, but you ain't my kid. Shit, yeah, no. You know what I'm saying? Like, I pick up after my grandkids because they're kids, you know what I'm saying? But another grown woman, and we probably made plans and sat down and had I don't know if you guys sat down, but that's what I would have done. If I was to have a roommate, that's the one thing that I feel like people have to do. Even though the other person may be just saying, oh yeah, we could do this and do that, and they know they're not gonna do it, at least you have it down in writing. But for me, if I had a roommate, I would want to set out like I don't know what you would call it. Like, I don't really want to say rules, because that's like so childish and immature stage. Like, we're going to have rules. Like, but I mean, there's rules for everybody. Everybody has rules, regardless of what your age is. Everybody has to, go by certain rules. So I guess we would have to just like write down plans, or not plans, but like a policy. I don't know what you would want to call it, but we'd have to have something down in writing basically saying like we're gonna clean up after ourselves, we're gonna make sure that we don't leave any dishes, we're gonna take turns buying like household needs. Like when I say household needs, like detergent, toilet paper, dish soap, stuff like that. Like not body soap because you buy your own shower gel, but you know, things that we have to share, like the dishes, like soap for the dishes. If we have a washer and dryer in the house, like 1 month I buy the clothes soap and you buy something like that. We'd have to come up with a plan like that. And if I felt like you wasn't following through with the shit and you wasn't doing the shit no more, the bitch, I'm gonna get rid of you. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of you. I'm gonna get rid of you. It's not that I could get rid of somebody easy, but I could just tell you to go on about your motherfucking business real quick, okay? And that just be me. So I feel like when you decide to have a roommate, I really feel like you need to have something set in stone about how you guys want to plan on living together. Because if you don't know. Like, that's why, listen, work need to stay work. I don't think that I would want to work with somebody and become friends with them and then decide to live together. Thank God they don't live together and work together. But I just feel like you got to really get to know a person before you decide to roommate with them. Like, it's one thing to call a friend. Even if you met at work, that's cool because you do get to know her outside of work. However, I really still feel like you need to invest your time in getting to know that person. Okay, you can call her a friend. She's like a work friend. She done met you at work. That's great and all. But do you really, really know her? You got to spend like quality time with her before y'all decide like, oh, bitch, we going to roommate together. Because this bitch could be a dirty ass heifer and you ain't. You know what I'm saying? And somebody that's really dirty and somebody that's very clean or, you know, clean enough, that shit is not gonna work. What would I do? I would just leave. I would move. And I know me as a person, I'm an aggressive person with a short temper that's been trying to work on it. It would be best for me to move out. But I just feel like you should move out. Like if you already said in this that you could pay these bills by yourself, then I feel like you should just go do that on your own. For real. Give her some type of notice. Like you can give her like a 30-day notice, or even give her, you know what? If you feel like you don't want to sour that friendship with her, then let her know, have to sit down with her, let her know, like, listen, friend, listen, Nikki, you know, I'm so glad that we met with one another at work and we became friends, and it allowed us to become roommates and allowed us to get to know each other a lot better, which you surely damn did. But I just feel like it's in my best interest for me to move into my own home. You know, I like things a certain way and you like things a certain way, and I feel like that it's going to make us clash. And because I so want to keep this and continue this friendship, I'd rather feel like it's best that I move into my own place so that way it doesn't sour our friendship. So I'm giving you a 60-day notice, because sometimes it can take a moment to find a good apartment, because 30 days is really not a lot of time when you're wanting to find an apartment, especially if you're working Monday through Friday. And plus also maybe you want to give her a little bit of heads up. That way if she needs to really find someone else, then she can clean up her act, like literally clean up her motherfucking act before she lets the next person move in. That's just what I would do. You know what I'm saying? That's the respectable thing to do. That's the grown-up adult thing to do. But me personally, I'm sorry, I just really can't live with like dirty people. And you know, I've had that issue in my life. Okay, now I don't remember if I told you guys this or if I shared this with you guys, but when I was 19, my mom and me, we had like this huge argument, and I left and I took my son and I went to move in with one of my girlfriends that I hung out with. She also would come to the projects and hang out. Now, she didn't live in the projects, but she would hang out there, okay? So I moved in with her. Now, mind you, we were just cool. She had 2 kids of her own and I had 1 son. She had a 2-bedroom apartment, but her daughters didn't even sleep in the room because they would sleep in the bed with her. Her baby father was in jail at the time. Okay, so they were young too. I think they were either 3 and 4 or 3 and 2, some around that age. They was young. Maybe not even 3. One of them was probably like 3 or 4, 3, and the other one was probably like 5. Okay, they was a couple years apart. Anyway, when I moved in with her, you know, we're gonna call her D. When I moved in with D, when I seen her outside in the projects, I didn't really think much of her being filthy or nasty because she didn't come off as such. All I know is she would just pick her hair a lot. She would pick her hair and then break it off. She would pick her hair so much to where her hair was like a little fro and it wasn't even neither. But anyway, so D was like, you could come stay with me. I got the spare bedroom. It has a bunk bed in it. My daughters don't even sleep in there. They sleep in the bed with me, but you could come in there. I was like, okay, cool. So I went, right? You know, I gathered my things that I had and I went over to stay with her, okay? Boom, bang, bang. I really got to know her a lot when I realized she didn't clean up after herself. Not to mention the apartment was already had roaches in it. And I'm sorry, but I'm not the one for the roaches. Now y'all probably be like, bitch, you grew up in the projects. Yes, I did grow up in the projects. But remember what I told y'all. We would have a roach here and there. My mom did not play that shit. And mind you, we lived with my grandfather. We didn't have roaches like that, okay, in our apartment. They would come and exterminate. As long as you kept your apartment clean and stuff, we didn't have roaches. Like, yeah, I would see some here and there, but not the way I seen them in Dee's apartment. And she didn't live in the project. She just rented an apartment in the Co-op City in Queens, right? So, in Left Rack City, excuse me, not Co-op, Left Rack City. So, I lived with her, and I noticed when I woke up, there was roaches crawling on the motherfucking wall next to the bunk bed where I was laying my head at. So I hurried up and got up, and I started noticing like roaches galore. Now, mind you, I'm a very scary person. I don't like bugs and shit like that. I damn sure don't like vermin. I don't like mice. But I took it upon myself when she left out to bring her kids to school. You know, she would get on the bus to go bring her children to school and go back out there and hang out in the projects because her mom lived out there. So her kids went to school out there. So she would basically just be staying out there until the kids got out of school. She didn't have a job or nothing like that. So, and we both was like on public assistance, okay? So I remember one day, like, and she would stay out in the projects a lot. So most of the time would just be me and my son at the house. Even on the weekends, she would never come home. She would just stay at her mother's house. She would be over there at her mother's house, which was great. Gave me time to clean up. Girl, I remember, I'll never forget one time, I used a whole can of fucking Raid in one day. Sprayed the cabinets underneath. I don't know what it was, but I just was so over the roaches, I had to get rid of them. It was like a pile of roaches. It's just gross. I know it's disgusting, but it's just gross. Anyway, I really got to know her as a person. She had a great attitude, but she was just really, really nasty. Like, she would pick her hair in the bed and leave. There would be like hairs all over. She never changed the sheets. She wouldn't wash her clothes. She would leave her clothes like on the floor, dirty. She just was a really nasty person. Her hygiene was not that great. And like, you ever go to like an old person's house? And only reason why I say that is because, remember, I used to do health insurance. So I've been to a lot of old people's homes where I would do health insurance. And when I would go into their homes, their furniture would just smell like, it just had the smell. I started calling it old people booty furniture. That's what old furniture would smell like. Like if you go to the Goodwill or shit, it just smells old, like old people house. You know what I'm saying? She would smell like that. Like, you can smell her hygiene in her room. Like, I'm not saying you got to take a shower 2 times a day, but you might want to, you know what I'm saying? Her hygiene wasn't good at all, okay? That's just what it is. Her hygiene was not that fucking good, okay? And I really got to know her as a person. Once I figured out what type of person she was and how her cleanliness was, I think I probably stayed with her for maybe 4 months. It wasn't that long. That's when I moved in with my cousin, okay? My cousin Nakia. Now, my cousin Nakia, I really did think she was a clean person because she always would talk about cleanliness and everything. But once I lived with you, I realized now, Nakia only had 1 kid at a time. But once I lived with you, she had a 1-bedroom. So me and my son slept in the living room. But once I started living with you, I realized, bitch, you dirty. You don't wash no motherfucking dishes. You don't clean up after yourself. You don't clean up after your kid. And my son and her daughter, they were like exact same age, okay? You don't clean up. She just was a nasty person. And then you leaving your daughter here and feeling like I'm the babysitter, but it's not going to go down like that. Well, I ended up having a fucking physical altercation with my cousin Nakia because she was running her mouth, and my mother had loaned me this fan, and it was in the window, you know, the box fans. I put it in the window. She tried to take it out, and I was like, don't take my mother's shit out and throw it on the floor like that, because that's what she did. And her friend was there, okay? Her girlfriend was there. You know, one of her friends. That was my friend, too. I guess she tried to put on a show for her. She started running her mouth, and then she kicked my mama's fan. And then I started running my mouth. She kicked my mama's fan, and that's when I just started going for blows. You know what I'm saying? And then that's when I left that apartment, and I just was like, I'm done. And I finally made up with my mom, and I went back to her apartment. You know what I'm saying? Her apartment. But yeah, when you live with people, you really get to know them for who they are. Understand what I'm saying? Like, you might feel like, oh, bitch, we chill every day. We chill every day, like me and Dee did. But I really didn't know that side of her. Like, who's going to come out and hang out in the projects and be like, yeah, bitch, I'm dirty. I don't wash every day. Because she did not shower every day. Okay, and if you don't want to bathe every day, that's your business. But, bitch, if you smell like that, then you need to like it. It wasn't like, it just smelled like old people furniture. It was a stench. And I just feel like when you decide to be a roommate with somebody, you really got to get to know them. Because, girl, listen, these people these days, they crazy as fuck. There are a lot of crazy people in the world, and they could tell you anything until you blue in the face. They will tell you what the fuck you want to hear. So when you want to be friends with somebody, even when you want to become a roommate with somebody, that is very important to get to know them. Listen, I don't know about you, but if I was deciding on roommating with somebody, I'm gonna need some fucking references. I'm gonna need to find out about where you work, what type of person you are at work. I'm gonna need to find out where your last residence was so I could speak to that landlord or to that roommate. You don't have to, I'm gonna need to see if you got a police record. I'm gonna need to see all the shit. Now, a little bit of shoplifting is okay, but bitch, I'm gonna need to really see who you are. If you a thief, then I might want to think about that too, because I just say a little bit of shoplifting is okay if that's what you did, but nah, I gotta think about that, because bitch, you could steal from them, you might could steal from me. So you see what I'm saying? Like, it's hard out there. Like, when I tell you it's hard out there, finances is like, yes, it's hard out there in this world, okay? There are a lot of crazy people too, and sometimes people be shacking up with the wrong person just so they could save money, and that sucks. But you know what, girl? What I would do is, Sharon, I would get me a place where I can afford. Even if you gotta rent a room or get a studio, girl, I would get me somewhere that I could afford, that I know I'm not coming out of budget, so that way I could just keep my sanity. Because two different personalities clashing is not going to lead to nothing good in the end. And if you don't want to side with a friendship, I respect that. So on that note, what I would do is what I just told you to do. Give her like a heads up and let her know this is what you're going to do before you even get to going. Okay? Y'all can give her y'all comments below, but that's what I would do. Now, I did really want to read this other email to y'all because she really do need some advice. And like, this is a kind of, I did say I was going to go back to 2 next week, but I don't really want to. It's like the same type of situation. They're not roommates though, but she did work with the person. This is what I be telling y'all. Y'all be doing too much. Go to work and just make the paycheck. Stop fucking working to make friends or boyfriends or girlfriends, because that's not what work is about. But I'm going to read this one.
Real talk. He told me my stank. He told me my pussy stink. That's what it was. He told me my pussy stink. Hi, Miss April. Thank you in advance for reading my email. I'm really embarrassed about writing this because I really don't know what to think. I was with this guy, and well, this was probably about the 4th time he and I hooked up. Like, when I say hooked up, I don't mean sexually. Like, nothing like that. This was actually the first time he and I had sex. But what I mean by hooked up is hang out or go out on a date prior to me finally deciding to give him some of my goodies. For one, he and I see one another daily because we actually work together. Same employer, just different departments. We both work in the hospital. I work in the cafeteria and he as a security, so I see him every day. I'm honestly trying to think of another entrance to use to get into the hospital so I can avoid seeing his ass when I come into work. So this was date number 5. We went out to a jazz show, which was really nice, and ate while there. The food was amazing. The music was so good. We just had a really great time. We go back to my place and we are, kissing, foreplaying and stuff. And he's touching me all over and taking my clothes off. I'm sure you know what happened after that. So he went home a little while after that romance, and I did see him a couple days later at work, being that it was Friday and he and I both have weekends off. What? Monday? So Monday comes and I did not. Oh, okay, it was misspelling. So Monday comes, and mind you, I did not hear from him at all during the weekend, nor did he hear from me. I didn't want to seem desperate or thirsty. That's the reason why I didn't reach out to him. So anyways, Monday comes, I see him at work when I enter. We both say good morning to one another, and I keep it moving because I don't have time to stand around and talk. So during his lunch, he normally comes to the cafeteria and we always eat together. I will take my lunch with him. So all week he didn't come to the cafeteria, nor did he text or call me. We just said good morning. Finally, Friday comes, I decide to say something, and he said, "Can we talk later and not at work because it's serious?" So I agree, and he calls me later on that evening on Friday. He's telling me he likes me a lot and I seem like I'm a good person, but he wasn't feeling the way things went down last week. So I inquired as to what he meant. So he started going on about, did I notice how he didn't stay down on me once he went down? And I agreed. And he then asked, did I know why that was, that he didn't stay down there? I replied with no, Miss April. He then proceeded to say it was due to The odor. I was so confused because I have never had that issue. Actually was told it smelled good, in nicer words to put it. I really I really was left speechless and I apologized to him and said I wasn't able to freshen up as he and I went straight after work on our date and I was not expecting that foreplay and sex. I then asked him, did he not understand my hand gestures when he was trying to stick his fingers between my legs and I kept pushing his hands away? He apologized for that, but then tried to say I should have gotten in the shower as soon as we got back to my place. So that was not an excuse as to what? He apologized for that, but then tried to say I should have gotten in the shower as soon as we got back to my place. So that wasn't an excuse as to why I was smelling like that. I said to him, like I said, I apologize. It was a long day straight from work to a date, then back home. I hadn't showered in over 12 hours, working in the cafeteria on my feet for 8 hours. What do you expect? I'm sure your balls were sweaty and smelled like burning rubber, but I wasn't trying to put my face between your legs because I knew we worked both all day. He hung up on me after that, and then when I saw him the following Monday at work, he acted like he didn't have 2 words for me. Now I feel embarrassed and feel like he's gonna try and talk shit about me and my cookie. I really wish there was another interest that I can go in so I can totally avoid his ass. Should I feel embarrassed? Thank you.
What is her name? Okay, well, she didn't give me no name. We're gonna call her Leanne. That's the only name I could think of. We just gonna call her Leanne. So basically, Leanne is a cafeteria worker at the hospital. She worked Monday through Fridays for 8 hours. And Mike, he is a security officer at the hospital and he works Monday through Fridays too. So they've been on several dates. This was date number 5, she said. And they went on a date right after work. They went to a jazz club and they ate there. She said the food was good. Which is very interesting because I've always wanted to, find a jazz club where you could eat at. I like that type of music, quiet ambiance. Anyway, they went to the jazz club. They went back to her place. He started touching and feeling on her. He was trying to stick his fingers where they didn't motherfucking belong. She was giving him hand gestures. He started taking her clothes off. I don't know if she was giving him hand gestures then, but one thing led to the next. And then he went down on her. He went to eat the cookie, and then he decided that wasn't his flavor, and he came back up. Now, first of all, should you feel embarrassed? No, don't feel embarrassed, girl, because you already just said to him. Why would you feel embarrassed? I don't know. I've never had anybody tell me that before about my cootie cat stinking. However, I'm the type of person you're not going to get none until I get in the shower and wash up. You're not about to get none of this when I come home from work or whatever, because nah. It's just, you know what? I'm just that type of person. But, I don't know. Should you feel embarrassed? Should you? Fuck that nigga. That's all I'm going to say. Fuck that nigga. He at your job. Y'all went on a date. I really don't know if you should feel embarrassed or not because body odor is just natural, okay? And true indeed, she did say she didn't go home and shower. She hadn't showered in over 12 hours. So therefore, if you already was telling him hand gestures and he still continued, then I don't want to say that was his fault. I don't really want to blame that on you as well because I get it. You watch these TV shows or these movies, it gets intense. Nobody can stop touching and kissing on each other. One thing leads to another. And sometimes you just can't help that moment. However, if she did already explain to him the reason why she smelled maybe a little bit off, and listen, I hadn't showered in 12 hours, we went on a date right after work, maybe your balls were she said that his balls probably was sweaty, it smelled like burning rubber. You know what I'm saying? I would have given her the benefit of the doubt. But the part that he became rude and unruly was well, you should have just came home and went straight and took a shower. That's not an excuse. First of all, just because she invited you back to her place doesn't mean, sir, that you're automatically going to get some of the booty, okay? She just maybe invited you back for a nightcap, a drink of wine, or whatever. Doesn't mean that she just gonna jump in the shower, because I feel like if she would have went in the house and then took a shower right away, that would have been clues you come get some of this. I don't know, maybe I was on that term. However, I don't really feel like you should be embarrassed because you already did explain your situation and the reason why you might have been smelling a little bit off right there and then. You know what I'm saying? And that was his cue to either accept the apology or just keep it pushing. He didn't have to sleep with you no more, but he definitely didn't have to say, well, that's not an excuse, okay? Because, dude, did you hop in her motherfucking shower when you got out to work and y'all came in there? No. Like she said, your balls smell like sweaty, burning, what did she say? Burning rubber. Could you imagine if somebody's balls smell like burning rubber? Like, I'm pretty sure his balls didn't smell good, though. He been at work all day. He wearing his little security guard outfit. He's either standing up or sitting down. Either way, you was working for over 8 hours. She work in the cafeteria, dude. You as a security guard. Both of y'all is on your feet all day. Both of y'all is moving around, moving and grooving, okay? So both of y'all are stinking down there. Fuck that, okay? And just like she told him, your balls probably smell like burning rubber. Listen, could you imagine somebody telling you your balls smell like burning rubber? But also, could you imagine somebody telling you your motherfucking pussy stink? I don't know. If somebody was to tell me that, I don't know how I would take that shit. Like, seriously. Like, I don't know how I would take if somebody told me that my fucking cootie cat stink. I probably would be embarrassed too. I probably would. And I probably wouldn't even want to fuck with you no more. But I would also feel like I also told you the reason why my cootie cat wasn't up to par for that moment. So it is what it is. You can either take what I'm saying to you as pure facts, or you cannot take that. But you know what? I feel like he did you a favor, because if you can go ahead and explain to him the reasons for your offness down there, and he still act like an immature child, then that's somebody that you really don't need to fuck with. This be the thing, though. I be saying, listen, the last girl, she had a roommate that was filthy. Now, this one, y'all worked together. Okay, so, I mean, they made friends at work, but they weren't working together. The first girl, they were friends at work, and then they became roommates, but they still wasn't working together. I don't know. I just feel like this. You go to work, make a paycheck. Not a relationship, not a workship. It's not that. It's about getting money, okay? If you find one another attractive, I get it. Sometimes things are hard, and you just gotta let be. Like, okay, he look good, he handsome. I'ma just fuck with him because he handsome. I get that. But sometimes you just gotta let. I don't know. I just really wouldn't. You know what? I'm lying, because I had made a relationship from a person at work. That's how I met my ex-husband. I just feel like, no, I don't really feel like you should be embarrassed, because you already told him what the deal was. And if he can't respect that, then he's not grown enough to need a friendship or a relationship with you. If he can act that immature as a grown-ass man, and he cannot accept the fact that, well, she's right, we were at work for over 8 hours. She's right, she didn't wash and shower in over 12 hours. We went right to the date right after work. So she's right. He could have gave you that benefit of the doubt. And the next time, maybe y'all could have had a better experience with one another. But for people like that, that's just ignorant and just belligerently cruel and mean and disrespectful, you just have to leave them the fuck alone. There's no reason to be embarrassed, okay? You told him what it was, straight facts, and it is what it is. He took that and turned it around and tried to say, well, you should have got in the shower. And then you have to flip it on him and tell him, well, your balls smell like burning rubber. It is what it is. Now you can leave it at that. Would I try to find another entrance to go through? Hell fucking no, because you're gonna see my pretty ass face every day when I walk through that motherfucking door. When I walk through that door, you ain't gonna have no pussy stank smell when you walk through. I'ma smell like roses or motherfucking just floral everything, okay? You just gonna smell me and my pretty ass face, and you gonna wish that you would have never came back for me the way you did. That's what I'm gonna do. Don't run from nobody. Listen, girl, do not run from nobody. If somebody disrespect you or he dissed you, then that's cool. That's just a door left open for somebody that's worth your time, okay? Let him continue standing there securing people at the hospital while you go ahead about your business, sweetheart. I understand that we as women always have an off day. We're women, we're human beings. And they ain't really even got to do with femininity of being a woman, but it's as a human being. Just because we have that open down there, don't mean, nigga, that your balls don't stink and your ass crack don't stink either, okay? Because you've been at work all day just like the last person has. And I'm pretty sure your balls did smell like burning rubber. And I'm pretty sure your ass crack was stank too, okay? Sweaty balls, sweaty ass, all of that shit. You was working all day on your feet, sweaty, stank feet, and your breath probably wasn't that great neither, dude, okay? So let's just be for real. She gave him the true facts of why she wasn't smelling that great down there, and he then again turned it around and didn't want to accept it. He probably got his own issues that he need to deal with. Sometimes it's just best to just leave people the fuck alone and walk away from them. And when I say walk away from him, bitch, walk through that motherfucking entrance loud and proud, but not really loud, but you know, proud, loud as in keep your head up and keep it pushing, and don't worry about that nigga. And if he want to say good morning to you, nod your head, smile, and keep it pushing. You ain't got to utter 2 words to him no more after this. Sometimes, like I said to y'all, people hate to be ignored, okay? People hate to be ignored because that get under their skin. So ignoring a motherfucker like him and keeping him moving through that motherfucking entrance while he's being a security guard and not paying him no attention can become very irritating to him, because now he feels like, oh shit, I don't got the upper hand no more. She really just gonna just diss me and just act like she don't even know me. Yes, nigga, that's what the fuck we do as women. We can act like we really don't know you and keep it pushing, and that's what the fuck you need to do, Leanne. I did name her Leanne, right? Either way, y'all know who I'm talking about. That's what I would do. Don't feel embarrassed, sweetheart, because not everybody has a great day, okay? Not everybody is perfect. Nobody's fucking perfect. And we all, every fucking body in this world have an off day when it could be anything. Our hair smell, our breath smell, our under armpit smell. People go through puberty later on in life and they start to smell themselves. So listen, you explained your situation. You explained your reasons. Not only did you not shower in over 12 hours, we don't really know how long this nigga didn't shower. He might not have took a shower the night before or the day of. You know, like I said, some people don't wash every day. So because she didn't wash in over 12 hours, that was her. But who's to say he washed, and who's to say that he didn't wash that day? He might not have taken a bath or shower in days. We don't know. We don't know. She just still being kind. She ain't saying that his butt stinks. She ain't saying that. Well, she did say his balls. She didn't say his balls did smell like burning rubber. What did she say? Let's see. I really was left speechless and apologized to him and said I wasn't able to freshen up as he and I went straight after work on our date and I was not expecting that. I then asked him, did he not understand my hand gestures when he was trying to stick his fingers between my legs, and I kept pushing his hand away. He apologized for that, but then tried to say I should have gotten in the shower as soon as we got back in my house, in my place, so that was not an excuse as to why I was smelling like that. I said to him, like I said, I apologized. It was a long day, straight from work to a date, and then back home. I hadn't showered in over 12 hours, working in the cafeteria on my feet for 8 hours. What do you expect? I'm sure your balls were sweaty and smelled like burning rubber. But I wasn't trying to put my face between your legs because I knew we both had worked all day. So look, she was doing the right thing. She said, I'm sure his balls smelled sweaty and like burning rubber. But you didn't see her trying to put her face down there. Period. Okay, why would I want to put my face down there when I didn't even see your ass get out the shower? And see, guess what, homeboy? That was your fault. You knew she didn't take a shower after work because y'all went straight from the date. Okay, straight from work to the date. So that was your fault for trying to put your face down there. Okay, now like she said, she wasn't trying to put her face down there because she knew y'all both had worked all day. There it goes. Now Mike, because that's what we named him, Mike. He could feel however he want to feel about you, Leanne. That's cool. Even if he want to talk shit about you at work, that's cool too. Because listen, let me tell you something. He can go to work and talk about your kitty cat not smelling great and all that. He can also lose his job for sexual harassment and just harassing somebody. You can call the security company or the hospital and let them know this dude is harassing me. He's going around talking about how my private area smells, etc., etc. And as a grown-up, I would surely hope that that's not something that you go to do at work, go around talking and gossiping about what someone's house smell like or what they smell like. Because he can lose his job for that. But I would just carry on like he didn't even exist and I would still go through that fucking entrance. And for next time, girl, don't date nobody at your fucking job, because it sucks when you gotta see that same person every fucking day that you work there and you're not even fucking with them no more. That shit would make going to work a living hell. So if I was you, I would continue to get to the bags, because I say plural, bags. I want. But I would get to the bags and not even worry about no man working at the job, okay? Now, if he a patient and he just coming in to be checked out or whatever, you might want to just holler, especially if he handsome and all. But if he work there, girl, nah, honey, just no, don't even bother, because it's shit like that can make you lose your job over being, like myself, aggressive, okay? Just tell that nigga to go somewhere. And I'm like literally not meaning to tell him, but when I tell you to tell him to go somewhere, that means walk through the entrance and just keep it pushing. You ain't gotta walk through with no attitude, but you gotta walk through and let your presence be known and let that nigga know that what you said about me is not even affecting me, not near one bit, okay? But don't sleep with nobody at your job, y'all. Try not to do that. That shit is not really cool. I'm about to go, y'all. We've been here long enough. I really wanted to wait till next week to read that, but I just felt like, you know what? She at her job. She don't want to know. She should go through it. Well, listen, there are other entrances, but why go out of your way? Go through the entrance you've been going through. I love y'all. Peace and blessings. Let Leanna know and let Sharon know what y'all would do in this case. Let me know what your New Year's resolution is. I love y'all. Stay deep and divalicious. Make sure you rate, comment, subscribe, share the video, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Deuces.